Work all night on a drink of rum. Daylight come and me one go home. Stack banana till the morning come. Daylight come and me one go home.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for another very special episode, a Fresh Fright, if you will.
Okay, Boris.
Okay, compliment.
Yeah, that's true.
Allie and I have literally within the hour just come off of seeing the 2024 Beetlejuice, directed by Tim Burton and starring Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder, Jenna Ortega, Catherine O'Hara, all of our faves, right? We're excited to chat with you guys about it and give you a little bit of a mini, just kind of like, these are our initial thoughts. And then we will probably do a more in-depth episode on this film later on. You guys know we love to really like dive deep. Yeah.
Today's just a fresh fright because it literally fucking came out on
Friday.
Yeah. The 6th.
And this is Monday. So
yes.
It feels late, like we haven't seen it. Like I feel like a lot of our friends have like already seen it in the horror community. So I'm sorry if we're like a little bit late, but we're here to talk about it today.
That decibel of...
I'm sorry. Guys, also I had several glasses of wine at the movies.
And we're now drinking some WSCs.
Some white colors. But we want to jump like right into it. So, Allie, this is usually your part, but I'm just going to freaking steal it from you right now. But normally in our regular length episodes, we spoil the shit out of the movies that we are talking about. And we may unknowingly or accidentally do a couple of spoilers. So just beware if you have not seen Beetlejuice yet, go into this episode with caution.
Or run to the theater and then come back.
Run to the theater, go watch it. And then literally as you were exiting the theater, put your AirPods in and tune in to this Fresh Fright.
Yes. And again, this is going to be a quick one. A little quick daddy.
A little quickie.
Yep, a little quickie.
And I want to start with our synopsis for this film real quick. So after a family tragedy, 3 generations of the Dietz family return home to Winter River, still haunted by Beetlejuice.
Why are you gasping?
Because I need to be careful not to say it 2 more times. Anyways.
Okay.
Lydia's life is turned upside down when her teenage daughter, Astrid, accidentally opens the portal to the afterlife. I have a lot of thoughts on this film.
Can I ask you one thing first?
Of course.
What did you think of the original Beetlejuice? Like, memory of it? When did you see it? Like, what was your first?
Great cue. Okay, so my mom is a huge Tim Burton fan. She actually has not seen Beetlejuice yet, but I just told Allie as we're exiting the theater that Christine needs to see this. I grew up watching creepy, scary things. Both of my parents are into this kind of stuff. And so I have watched it very regularly since. I think that my lover, the producer, can attest to me wanting to always watch it. Every time that we see it come across a streaming service, I'm like, do you want to watch Beetlejuice? And he's like, maybe not. We've already watched it a million times. But I loved it. I loved everything about it. I thought it was so creative. I'm also a big fan of Michael Keaton, which we can get very much into at a later time because I think I could talk about him at length or maybe a 3-hour episode. So I'm not going to do that to you guys right now. But anyways, Alice, what did you think the first time you saw Beetlejuice?
So I saw it when I was pretty young I think my brother and dad initiated it. I loved it too. And I was today years old when I learned that my mom doesn't like Beetlejuice. And I was like, okay.
That's okay, Lisa. We forgive you.
We forgive you, but ouch. So this came out in 1988, so we weren't quite born yet. But I'm pretty sure I watched it for the first time when I was about 6 or 7. I wasn't frightened by it. I was intrigued.
Same. And my dad thought Michael Keaton was so hilarious. So like all of his funny jokes that went way probably over our heads when we were like 6 or 7, I was just like, haha, yeah. Like
also,
he's just a funny, weird guy.
Kind of like
attracted to him?
I'm attracted to you.
Like I was like, is this my first like Hollywood
yes.
crush?
100%, yes.
Okay, I'm so glad we like shared a moment in that.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was our parents' goal, but like they don't know what they opened us up to.
But Michael Keaton did. I saw something on TikTok today and like it was a interview with Michael Keaton just talking about the film, just kind of being his funny self. And it said, Michael Keaton is what Kevin Costner wishes he were. And I'm like,
Dude.
yes, this makes so much sense.
Oh my God. Wow. Well, and to dive like a tiny bit further into the plot, the producer is going to kill me because he's like, do not go so deep. He's like, could you and Allie just like not? We just like, you guys know we love a little detail. But this film differs from the original because we have a couple new characters at play. So I know that I mentioned some of our kind of like top build cast already, but we also have in the mix Monica Bellucci, who plays Dolores, which is apparently Beetlejuice's like ex-wife from like years and years ago. Then we also have William Dafoe, which I hate to say was so unmemorable that I don't even remember what his name was in the film.
And that is hard because
I just watched it.
Yeah.
And we love William Dafoe. Like I love William Dafoe. And we also have Justin Theroux, who I also love. I literally turned to the producer while we were watching the film and I said, oh my God, I love Justin Theroux. Have you ever seen Charlie's Angels? Because hot.
Is he in Charlie's?
Girl, he's the Irishman who like falls for Drew Barrymore's character.
In this,
Dylan.
like the second one, or?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hot.
Oh.
He's like the prisoner.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyways.
Okay. I just know him as that weird random DJ in Zoolander. And
that's a great reason to know him.
And Jennifer Aniston's ex-boyfriend.
Those were the three characters to me that were
ancillary, not extremely necessary.
Yeah. And before we like dive too deep into that, essentially this like plot point is Lydia's father, Charles Dietz, passes away. And so it brings the entire family back together for his funeral service, back to, I think they call it Winter River is the name of the town.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if we ever even knew that was the name of the town in the first one.
They might have made it up.
Honestly, and I apologize if people like are like, oh no, it was always Winter River. That's just not something that I ever catched like watching like the first original Beetlejuice. But anyways, and so everyone gets like brought back together, and Lydia is now this like big time like ghost TV host.
She's like a Tyler Henry. What is the?
She's like the Long Island medium. She's the Long Island medium.
Yeah,
with a cool hairstyle, and you know she's like ready to tell you what's going on with the afterlife.
Exactly.
I think I'm doing a really bad job, but it's okay.
We might be offending some people.
I'm so sorry. Anyways, so she has like fallen for her like TV producer, probably just out of pressure because she's such a little sweet, little sensitive gem. And she easily, I think, gets like pressured into situations. That's a bigger conversation for a longer episode.
And
but
her former husband is dead.
Her former husband, who she had a child
with.
A little bambino, who is Miss Jenna Ortega. I have something kind of controversial to say.
Go for it.
I don't normally love Jenna Ortega. I'm sorry for saying that. So many people are going to be like, oh my God, Emma, you don't like Jenna Ortega. Okay. But this film, she fucking rocked it. She played such a good, just teenage little Dietz, little Astrid Dietz. I can see 100% why Tim Burton cast her in this. And to be fair, it's on my list, but I have not seen Wednesday. And I have heard that it's fantastic. And I heard that she's really good in it. And so it is on my list. The producer said that he saw it and he said I should give it a chance because I would really like it. So I might give her more of a chance after this because I think the acting that she did in this was phenomenal.
Why didn't you like her before?
There's just something about her. I don't know what it is. I wonder if it's because I have such a tie to some like original characters that are in these type of films that it's like hard for me to accept someone new. But that's like my own problem. That's not like her problem.
Like not just this like Scream.
Yeah. Like I've had like a hard time
Addams Family.
accepting her into franchises that have already existed. I think that might be, whoa, are we having like
therapy? This will
Can
be
you change the
$100.
subject. I need to.
This will be $100. This is my fee.
If you could just, starting now, actually.
Yeah.
Your clock is ticking. I will say overall that I loved this film. I was like, what were your just like overall thoughts? Like without getting into like detail, like what did you feel?
I have mixed feelings because I did enjoy it overall. Overall, yes. If I had to go on a scale, a sliding scale, I enjoyed it 70%. There's 30% I would have changed, which is totally fine because I'm always the bitchy bitch who wants to change shit or criticize.
No, you're not a bitch. That's just your real feelings.
I liked a lot of the tiebacks to the original film, the effort they did to enhance it and kind of honor the original film. But a lot of the things they didn't seem like necessary or make sense. So that's my 30%. Is like, why?
So you kind of agree with me then about like some of the ancillary characters just like kind of not being needed. I truly felt like Monica Bellucci's character, and I mean this in the nicest way, like I think she's fantastic, but I felt like her, William Dafoe, Justin Theroux, if we got rid of their characters, I think we could have spent a little bit more time giving some more character arc to like the teenage boy. I think his name was Jeremy.
See, I don't even remember Jeremy because we spent too much time on all those other ancillary characters.
And they didn't like really end up mattering. Like I thought Monica Bellucci was going to have such a bigger role in this film.
Dude, like we haven't even mentioned.
Kind of disappointing.
We haven't even mentioned fucking Danny DeVito is in this.
Okay, well.
Oh, here we go.
I have thoughts.
Emma has mixed feelings about Danny. She holds a little bit of a grudge because of his characterization of Oswald Cobblepot.
It's my worst fear.
She does not like the character the Penguin, but we love Danny.
And small side story, Allie and I actually saw Danny DeVito at a panel for Always Sunny in Philadelphia in 2013 at Comic-Con. It was when you and I first, she doesn't even remember, but this is when we first started getting close and I was trying to impress you by getting you Comic-Con tickets. And we sat in for the Always Sunny in Philadelphia panel. And then eventually we went to Sons of Anarchy because you wanted to see Charlie Hunnam. And you grabbed my hand for the first time and I'll never forget it.
That's romantic. And I also feel like a dick at the same time.
I literally was like, I'm in. But I just remember not feeling comfortable enough to reveal to you that my fear was Danny DeVito at the time.
It's not Danny. It's Oswald Cobblepot.
It is. But I actually did like Danny's part in this film.
I don't even remember the purpose of his character in this.
He was just like a little janitor man, like a creepy little zombie janitor man. And that's like really all it was.
He does have a connection to, going back to just overall stuff, there's a lot of connections to Tim Burton movies.
Yes.
So
like having these characters in there is like a callback because, you know, Tim Burton directed the Batman that Danny DeVito was in.
Yes. I don't even remember the character. Dolores? What's her Monica
Bellucci.
The girl that basically we don't remember, but she has a major arc in this story. She reminded me of Sally from Nightmare on... Oh, God.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes.
And maybe Corpse Bride a little bit.
Yes, for sure.
There's a lot of ties back.
Yeah.
Tiebacks.
Not related to Tim Burton, but like I love Catherine O'Hara, but all I could see was Moira Rose. And she kind of acts more like Moira in this Beetlejuice than the first one.
I think that Delia Dietz ran...
So Moira could...
Some boy... walked. So Moira... Fuck. I think that... What's her fucking name?
Delia.
I think that Delia Dietz walked so that Moira Rose could fucking run.
I think she sauntered so Moira Rose could jaunt.
Ooh. Fuck yeah.
Get it with the voice?
I get it.
I tried.
Okay. Can I ask you a question about something?
Go for it.
Okay, so this was my one big kind of qualm with this. So I had seen a lot of, I would say like press, people in our spooky community posting their reviews of this. And I really tried to stay out of it as much as I could so that I could come in with like a clear conscience, right? But no one fucking warned me at all.
Okay.
For Charles Dietz having a way bigger role than I thought that he would have had. And he is not, I will tell everyone here, he is not an active role in this film. He is not a like live character because if you guys know, the actor that plays Charles Dietz is a convicted, I believe, child molester / child pornography keeper. and he's creepy as fuck. I was fucking surprised at how much they still kind of had him in the film. Like,
It wasn't him though.
no, I know 100%. I get that. He himself was not in it, but there was a hell of a lot of his likeness in this film.
You're right.
I thought
you're
that
right.
the reenactment of how he died was weird as fuck. Sorry if this is like a controversial opinion, but I thought that it was weird how they like reenacted with weird claymation of how he like quote unquote died.
It's because
I don't think they needed it at all.
No, I agree. And I'm like, did you do this because of budget or because of likeness?
It was just
Or
weird,
both. I
right?
don't know. Yeah.
And then how many times did we see his imagery on not only the memorial stone that was shaped like a fucking shark fin, which
is how he
I did
died.
love. I did love. And I was not expecting him to actually be a character.
Yeah, but you cannot. Okay.
No,
so-
I know you can't. I get it. Like, trust me, I get it. But I was like, I am surprised he's actually in this a little bit more than I would have expected. That's all I'm saying. I'm just like, how did they get his likeness for so many things? Like, did they have, like, I'm truly just curious. Like, I respect Tim Burton and all of the filmmakers and producers for doing what they did because they wanted to keep the story alive. They still needed to have a tie to him. I completely understand. But like, how did you guys go about getting his like likeness for stuff? Because his like full on face is on several things throughout the film. That's it. Hands up.
It might be not his like verbatim likeness.
100%. Yeah.
So it's
totally.
not like I don't
Actually
know,
him.
trademark his
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
face, whatever.
For sure. For sure.
But also, we could have done without this character or this point in the plot because it didn't really serve.
Well, and I think they could have easily just been like, oh, the dad died. We're at the funeral.
Yeah, exactly.
Done. Like literally his even little shark corpse did not even have to really be like, I don't know. And I didn't love how Delia was still like yearning after him so much. I don't know. I have mixed feelings. Anyways, we can move on.
I feel like Delia is over it. I feel like she's like a badass bitch. She's just like, I've got red hair now, or again, like, and
I have a major art installation.
yeah, everywhere.
Can I bring up another point? Sorry,
Yes.
Els, I have so many fucking thoughts. I'm curious about your thoughts. I think we mentioned it a little bit earlier in the episode, but there is a young gentleman, a teenager named Jeremy, who is the love interest of Jenna Ortega's character, Astrid. Every time he spoke, I was getting Penn Badgley vibes.
Like from you.
Yes.
That's what I was getting.
Tell me that little man is not related to Penn Badgley.
Also,
Tell me he's not.
he's not.
Are you sure?
I'm
No.
willing to bet 99% of my soul on
Dude,
that.
I couldn't even believe the same inflection of his voice. Please tell me somebody else feels the same because like that is all I could see when I was
He
looking
probably
at this little
studied
man.
that little fucker on you.
It was just weird. I was like, bro, what's your deal?
Also, like, it reminds me of the dude from fucking Wednesday. You haven't seen it, so this is irrelevant. And
Was
I
he
don't,
in that? I mean, I wonder if he's been in other Tim Burton stuff that I just haven't seen.
No, I'm pretty sure this kid wasn't in Wednesday, but he reminded me of the antagonist in Wednesday.
Well, Els, what else do you have like?
I'm just like, why the fuck? Okay, so back to the funeral scene. Why the fuck would Justin Theroux, whatever the fuck his name is, propose at
Rory?
Sure. Sure. Propose at the funeral in a very Justin way.
So that's what I'm saying. It just like makes like we could have 100% just like done without his character. And-
We could have reduced the cost of this build cast by 30%.
And I apologize, guys, because we are jumping around quite a bit for those of you that have seen Beetlejuice, but Els, I don't know if you noticed this, and I'm sure you did because you were very detail oriented, as am I. But one thing that I did notice is that if you remember at the beginning of the film, Lydia literally talks about how she wanted to just have a small little private ceremony. And she really doesn't want a lot of people. She does not like a lot of attention. None of that, right? And what is Rory's like entire goal? He literally invites like influencers. He's like, oh, there's just influencers in the audience.
Oh my God, yes.
He's like, they have 5 million plus followers, blah, blah, blah.
Can you imagine? He's a manager being a boyfriend, being a manager and trying to get that money, honey.
But my favorite part is that when Beetlejuice comes in to marry her, what does he do? He gets rid of everyone in the audience and he has a small private ceremony. just like Lydia wanted. Which makes me kind of feel like they should be meant to be in a weird way.
I'm not sure how many spoilers we're going to
No, we told everybody. Spoiler?
Okay.
Fucking alerts. I'm just saying, that to me was a huge one. I'm like, Lydia said she wanted something small and private, and Beetlejuice is like actually giving that to her. Like, he's like, I listened to my bride. Like,
and at some point in the film, we see this in the preview too. He's like, I'm going to make you so happy.
It's so cute.
I'm like, I'll take it.
I'm like, hello?
I'm here.
Like, honestly, yeah.
As she looks at her ring finger. So going back to the house that Delia still lives in, apparently, and she has her art there.
Well, they like own it, I think, still. I don't think that they actively live there, but yeah, they like own it, and they were never planning on getting rid of it. They were just like, oh, this is like the house that we bought. Blah, blah, blah.
Hashtag rich.
Hashtag rich. Hashtag we want to keep our trauma in one place, under one roof.
It's all draped in like gauze you would see at a 99-cent store for like Halloween, for just memorial shit purposes. Astrid finds her way to the attic.
And what does she discover?
Shit she shouldn't have.
Literally, it is like the little mini model town. The Maitlands from the first movie.
I'm bummed they weren't in this.
I know. I'm actually very, very sad. I know that Alec Baldwin is going through some shit, but like, what about fucking Gina Davis? Like, fucking bring that bitch back. Anyways.
Also, yes, but so she finds that little storybook home land. What is it? Model home?
It is a model replica of the town Winter River.
I'm now convinced that Winter River was made up for this movie.
I think so too. It was mentioned several times in this film, but never mentioned in the original. Cool. Unless we saw it on like a sign or something.
We also see a flyer for Beetlejuice that Astrid finds on the floor, and she's like, the fuck?
And this is like how she kind of like discovers everything.
And apparently Beetlejuice has like a spam app on his phone. If kind of like when you say like,
he can like infect your phone with like several ads.
Yeah, if you say like Facebook or Temu, it'll just pop up on your phone. He can do that now.
He's like Beetlejuice.
Yeah, Beetle fucking juice, and it'll pop up on your phone. It's kind of curious as to why Astrid seems unfamiliar with this house and this attic in particular, and why the fuck didn't Lydia, her mom, say anything about Beetlejuice, and just like as a child, just write it out and say, don't say this word. Don't say Beetlejuice.
It is kind of weird that they're like gonna hold an entire funeral at this property, but then not let the youngest know, kind of like maybe just like put up a couple guardrails of like, maybe you shouldn't say some of these things.
Or burn that fucking model home to her.
They should have done that a long time ago. I'm surprised they didn't, to be honest. But
probably in honor of, what was it? Alec Baldwin. His character.
One other thing I want to say. I just got to get it off my chest.
Get it off that chest, honey.
I fucking love Bob.
Okay. Are we going there right now?
We're going there. If you guys don't know Bob, fuck.
No. Save the emotion for when it happens.
Fuck. Allie and I, every moment that had Bob, we looked each other in the eyes and we felt Bob.
We held hands.
Bob was with us in spirit. We fucking love Bob.
And if you don't know who Bob is, I can't help you.
Yeah. You gotta figure it out. But anyways.
So, I mean, it's kind of curious because was Bob a character in the first one? Or did they see like a reasoning for capitalization on making like a minion of a character and duplicating it, and like Bob, Dave, Jack, Kevin, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, Kevin, oops.
It's her husband's name.
My husband's name.
So, okay, these are my thoughts. Bob is based off of the shrunken head character from the first film. If you know, there's a shrunken head man that is waiting in the waiting room with Beetlejuice in the first film. Beetlejuice tries to switch waiting numbers with this shrunken head man, and he ends up with a shrunken head himself. And so they decided to capitalize on it in this film. Do I think that it was kind of a weird situation? I mean, I would like to know a little bit of background of why there were like so many shrunken head men named Bob.
The situation is that they know that Minions are popular and there's a lot of like...
They're like, what could we take out of the Beetlejuice franchise and make it into like a multiple, like a team?
Like, I don't know about you, but my TikTok is full of Bobs.
100 people love Bob, which like I love Bob. So like I get it. But
they got me.
But like, why? Another thing that I really liked about this film was the Soul Train, because it was like a double entendre.
One of the scenes that's like a soul train, it's like your soul in a train, but it's also like 70s.
Like Soul
disco.
Train.
Yeah. Fucking like, I'm down.
I want to be on the Soul Train.
I want to be on the Soul Train.
Like, they made it sound like this very scary place, but then when they showed it, I'm like, this looks like a very positive experience. Like, I don't understand why who wouldn't want to go on the Soul Train. So I love the Soul Train.
I also loved when Beetlejuice was a therapist for a second, because I would buy it.
It was so good.
Yeah.
I also love when he would randomly break out in song. Like, there's this one part where he like literally is in a spotlight and has an acoustic guitar and he's like playing a love song to Lydia. And there's nothing that I love more than that. And speaking of Beetlejuice and Lydia, I kind of want to be at the wedding. I know it was very intimate and we talked at length about that already, but I love that it was like private, like she wanted. And
I want Lydia and Beetlejuice to be together happily ever after.
Allie literally leaned over to me as we were watching it and she's like, I want them to be together. And I was
Don't
like,
you? Yeah. And like, you know who I'm sad we didn't see is who's the girl with the what's her name?
She looks like my grandmother.
That's weird.
No,
the girl with like the trachea? Or?
I know exactly. I forget what her name is, but I'm not fucking joking you, Als. This is like actually very serious. This is very serious right now. My grandmother on my mom's side was a smoker. She died of bladder cancer, so not from like a trachea or anything. But that woman in Beetlejuice, when my mom and I watched it, every time we see it, we're like, that is my mom's mom. My mom's mom, Miriam.
I'm not sure whether
we love you, Grandma, but damn.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be happy or sad about that. But when they're back in the supposed real world in Mystic Falls, what is it called? Fern Valley? Ferngully. Winter Mountain. Winterfall? Winter River. Okay, cool.
What did you just went through 8 different
yeah, whatever it's called. I'll take any of those names because they sound pleasant. Anyways, there's one scene I want to talk about. Lydia and Beetlejuice are having their wedding. They're having this moment where they're kind of like dancing up and levitating to the rafters. It reminded me of the original film. And she's also wearing the red dress from the original film.
Oh, so fucking
good.
I literally turned to the producer and I said, what if I wore a red dress to our wedding? And he said, absolutely do it. He didn't say that, but he's going to say that.
Spoiler alert, they don't end up getting married. Sad. But justice for a third installment, because you have to say Beetlejuice 3 times.
Girl. Fuck.
So justice for...
You're so right.
That and them actually getting married.
Oh my God, they might actually end up together.
Yeah. Don't we all want a Michael Keaton of sorts?
God, I know I do.
He's 72.
That's fucking hot.
I'll take him as the founder.
I'll take him as fucking Bruce Wayne.
Oh, good call. Very good call.
And Beetlegeist.
I'll take all of it.
Take it all.
I'll just take a Michael Keaton. Just put him in my pocket.
I love Mikal.
But no, I enjoyed this movie a lot.
We enjoyed it immensely.
Yeah.
I also bought the freaking handbook for the recently deceased popcorn bucket. Anyway, sorry.
It was fun to see in theaters, and I kind of want to see it again just so I can get more of the details.
Same,
that,
100%. I agree.
Because there was, like we've been saying, there's a lot of throwbacks to the first movie and just kind of ties into other Tim Burton films and storylines. So I enjoyed it. I thought a lot of it could have been in an email.
Can I say something that I think you're trying to say, but you're just not saying it?
Yeah.
These are my final thoughts. I really enjoyed Beetlejuice. However, I do not think that it needed to be made. I do not feel like I benefited by the film.
You're going to get us murdered.
No. I think people want to hear the real thing. I thought it was enjoyable. It was funny. I think that It was very entertaining, and it has clearly gotten a lot of really good feedback from everybody. And I think that that's absolutely great. But did I think that it was a sequel that needed to be made? No. I think if they didn't make it, we would have been 100% fine. And Beetlejuice would have still been a very popular film to this day, and people would have enjoyed it. And I don't know if this sequel added really anything to like the overall just like.
Besides potentially Lydia and Beetlejuice getting married.
Yeah, but I still feel kind of the same way.
Fair
enough. I don't feel like this film made me feel, oh my God, more. I already felt like that. Well, it was kind of weird in the beginning because she was like really young. She was a teenager. Anyways, we're not going to get into that. But I think they could have gone either way is what I'm trying to say, basically. Yeah. I don't really feel hard like one way or the other. I just think if they never made a Beetlejuice remake, I think that would be totally fine. And again, this one very much entertained me. So like, I really appreciate that. But I also just like, don't think it needed to be made. Like I kind of.
But if you think about it, does anything need to be made?
No. You mean remade?
No, just like made.
No, but I think there's certain things that don't need to necessarily be remade. Like they're just perfect masterpieces the way that they are.
No, I completely get it. But
did it make me happy and make me maybe shed a tear? Like I'm not gonna tell anybody that I did have a tear because
of Bob.
Yes, and because I just love this movie so I love the franchise so much. But that's the thing. Why is it even a franchise? It doesn't like sometimes things are better left just like the way that they are. And I'm sorry if that's controversial to anybody, but truly I just feel like it didn't need to be made. And I think it would have been totally fine if Beetlejuice was the only movie ever made. We didn't need to make 85 versions of it. Not that we have yet, but I mean, I'm just saying, I'm sorry. I would have loved to really see Tim Burton make a brand new film that I could be like 100% in love with. Just like I'm in love with Corpse Bride, just like I'm in love with Nightmare Before Christmas, just like I'm in love with so many other films that he has done.
Bro's probably tired. Look at everything he's done.
Just saying, mic drop.
Okay, mic drop. I'll pick that one up and take my opinion. I agree to an extent. As I agree, I love the first one. Could this have not been a movie? I would have been fine, but it was more interesting than anything else in theaters to me now.
I do agree with that. 100%.
So
yep.
It got me to a movie theater, which is hard to do because I'm lazy. And movie theaters
She had a great time.
I had a great time.
She was at the bar.
Oh my gosh, I made a best friend. Shout out to Kim.
Shout out to Kim, our girl.
And
Kim, you know.
I enjoyed it for what it was, is what I'll say. And, okay, here's what we did love, Emma. All the fall scenes of Halloween were like, we belong there. We need to be there. It's supposed to be in West Haven. Is that a director?
Wes Craven.
Fall River?
Winter River.
Okay. Well, I want to be in Winter River during fall because
during
it looks
Wes Craven.
Because it looks fucking lit.
Allie and I literally turned to each other during the film and said, why can't we be in these neighborhoods that have like so much fun celebrating Halloween every year? Like San Diego does not go hard like this. And if it does, please message us your neighborhood because like, is it weird if we like go? Because,
nah, I bet you anything
like,
it doesn't go that
so
hard.
Bad. Oh my God.
So I enjoyed it for what it was. So I'm happy about that. And it brought me back to the theater.
No, and I did too. I don't want anyone to be misled. I'm very, very happy that this was made. It entertained me. I loved every minute about it. Sorry, Alice. Please keep going.
So again, go see it or don't. I'm just like seeking justice for a third installment, even though Emma probably doesn't want that. I just want to see fucking Lydia and Beetlejuice get married and like live happily forever after like they are meant to be.
Ditto.
And justice for fucking Bob.
We also call each other Bob, so this is kind of
hit a little hard. But beyond that, you guys, stay spooky fuckers.
Shake, shake, shake your bumper.